Hey, listen, right? It was good while it lasted for Jake, okay? It was good while it lasted. Not gonna last much longer.
Hold up. Did Mike Tyson just rip Jake Paul into shreds? It seems Iron Mike finally crawled out of his shell and is ready to give us the action that we've all been waiting for. In a recent interview, Mike Tyson threatened to end Jake's boxing career, causing an outcry in the boxing community. What exactly led to Tyson's reaction, and what did Jake do? Stick till the end of this video, till the end for full details. Now let's set the record straight. Staying in the boxing community for 4 years doesn't make anyone a legitimate contender. However, Jake Paul believes otherwise and has taken himself literally every place online, claiming he's defeated retired professional athletes as well as MMA fighters, even though he could be next champion. Mike Tyson is known in the boxing community for his powerful influence. No one can question that, and he has taken time to avoid every drama that has been cropping up. But recently, it seems Tyson couldn't take it any longer, and he ended up responding with heart-ripping words that tore Jake Paul's 4 years of brick-by-brick build-up. We're definitely sure Paul will need some time to emotionally recuperate from the fierce verbal blows Tyson threw at him. Mike Tyson went on to say that the victories Paul obtained were prearranged. He went on and gave an assurance that he had a backup for the claim. We'll discuss that further later in this video.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas. He's not gonna win.
Tyson openly questioned the legitimacy of Paul's victories, contending that the fights were rigged and opponents had been paid to lose. He went on to criticize Paul's boxing skills, saying his footwork is messy, punches are weak, and defense barely exists. Tyson laughed at the thought that Paul would ever be a serious challenger, let alone someone of his level. In the midst of the chaos, Tyson didn't fail to give receipts such as papers and testimonies from people that are knowledgeable about the issue that support his claims about rigged fights, which blew up the boxing community, springing up questions about Paul's competence in the ring, as well as its ethicality that usually characterize fights among professional boxers. Fans went haywire about it on social media. Some were in support of Tyson, stating he was just being honest, while some others who support Paul claimed that Tyson's rantings are caused by jealousy or he's just chasing clout. The bout has become a big internet show with the trends in hashtags as well as memes. Tyson has a golden record whereby he has knocked out 44 people in 58 contests while winning his first heavyweight title at the age of 20. During his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, he reinstated that it was not just any game and that he would take down Jake Paul. Jake Paul's boxing career was simply rubbished off by Tyson after he said Paul has not fought any true fighter before. But actually, Iron Mike wasn't lying.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you.
Tyson's training program is what made him famous for his resilience and vigor. Said to have an insatiable appetite for hard work, trainer Rafael Cordero compares him to boxers half his age in terms of ability to train. The difference in experience and skill level between Tyson and Paul is apparent, which Tyson made known in Arlington, Texas, when he literally silenced Paul. Paul, on the other hand, has been coached by boxing trainer BJ Flores, and he's been employing modern high-tech approaches. Nonetheless, he has never squared off with a fighter as renowned as Tyson. To Tyson, no amount of technological advances can ever take the place of a real boxing legend. While Jake's training methods involving technology may cause a stir on social media, it doesn't change the fact that when it comes to becoming a champion boxer, one needs raw strength from within, as well as sheer willpower demonstrated by many old schoolers like Tyson, who embodies all these pertinent characteristics in their entirety. Basically, as per Tyson, you can never fully appreciate what it means to get inside the ropes without going through it yourself. As the two boxing icons stood off against one another, the press conference was electrifying. Paul, following his successes against people outside the ring and an army of fans in social media outlets, showed himself to be boldly youthful. Facing him stood Mike Tyson, a giant in the world of professional boxing. Having prevailed over top boxers who have become legends, his professional life overshadowed the event. Every time Tyson spoke, it carried the weight of his years of training and hard work. Yes, His words were that deep. Paul is making a huge mistake by underestimating Tyson, warned Evander Holyfield, who had once been his boxing rival, amidst the media craze around their rumored match. Despite this caution, Paul went on with his social media provocations, confidently asserting that he was the new face of boxing and Tyson had become a relic of the past. These words set off a series of reactions across various circles in the sport. Some fans and followers of Iron Mike argued against them, while others wanted to know more about what they could mean given their context. The betting odds suggest that Tyson is the favorite to win the upcoming fight, which agrees with what most people think as per their past experiences in boxing. Analysts believe that the approach taken by Paul is just a gimmick meant to divert attention from him. Lennox Lewis, who is a legendary boxer, said that Paul is knocking a lion that he can't manage. This touched a nerve given Tyson's intense workout schedule that suggested he was in for a comeback. It also reminded people that he was a fearful rival when he was at his peak of his career, and not even age could put out the fire which burnt in him. The boxing world takes a deep breath as all eyes are on the two. Will Paul's youth exuberance stand comparison with Tyson's experience? This question, guys, can only be answered when they get into the ring. For Paul, the boxing ring is far removed from his cozy social media world, but it isn't the same for Tyson. The ring has always been his safe. His throws, punches are anything but light taps. They are powerful enough to make an adversary dizzy. Tyson's blows are strong enough such that any fighter would be delighted just exiting the ring without breaking a bone.
With the Olympians, Team USA Boxing. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm coming for you, Mike.
The fact that Paul seems oblivious to the harsh reality he's facing is worrying, has a lot of people worried. Paul's theatrics have invoked controversy and pushed him into the limelight, but it has not prepared him for what lies ahead. He can only go for so long based on the boldness he displays on the internet. The truth unfolds within the ropes with this legend. Tyson's proficiency record against opponents is the direct proof of his inimitable ability and might. Larry Holmes was beaten up by Tyson during the 4th round of their fight in 1988. Tyson's reputation isn't one to joke with, and he has proven that over and over again. What Paul is doing, with the drama he's making all over the internet, points to the fact that he really doesn't understand the gravity of the situation ahead of him. This isn't your average YouTube exhibition. It is a real fight with one of the greatest boxers who has ever lived.
What in the hell went through your mind when you said, you know what, I want to fight Mike Tyson?
I love the biggest challenges in the world. That's what's made my whole entire career, is taking big risks. And I want the toughest guy out there. I want the biggest fights. And making history is what I've done my whole entire career. And this is no different. Netflix, Mike Tyson, it doesn't get any bigger than this.
Jake Paul has always taken a lighthearted approach to boxing that does not fully comprehend the seriousness of the sport. He tried to fight Tyson on impulse, without thinking of what might happen in the end. Having lived in an era dominated by social media, Paul might not completely understand what it means to go against a boxing icon.
Yeah, 100%. They say he's the baddest man on the planet, so let's find out. Apparently he's the final boss, moving up to heavyweight and continue to prove all these dumbasses wrong. That's what I do my whole entire life. Boo yourselves, boo yourselves.
Jake Paul has been strategic in planning his boxing career, ensuring he has always fought with non-professional boxers, but rather individuals coming from other careers who possess no boxing skills. The very initial bout was with YouTuber Deji Olatunji, who did not have any background in boxing before turning up for this match, only to lose with TKO in round number 5. Paul faced non-boxing opponents in later high-profile matches, which made these fights exciting to his fans. He easily beat another YouTuber named Anderson Gibb within the first few minutes of their one-round contest, before recording a famous knockout win over former NBA player Nate Robinson during the 2nd round last month, even though he had never participated in any serious fight before, as far as boxing goes. Ben Askren, his next rival, did not have any remarkable strike skills, since he mostly focused more on grappling techniques during his career as an Ultimate Fighting Championship (MMA) star, rather than becoming known specifically for competing in stand-up combat sports as a mixed martial artist. He won against Paul only within seconds in their very fast-paced single-round competition. Paul chooses his opponents to create suspense among the public even though he is not a great boxer. He gets people talking about whether or not any skilled fighter would lose face against him in an official game because he has never faced any such opponent before. Due to the strategy deployed by Paul, he has been able to maintain impressive results. Yet, he has not met with any real test that can put them into doubts. His fights have become a media frenzy, and as a result of this, most of the income generated from these events addresses his fame. In spite of controversy around his approach, Paul's strategy has shown its effectiveness. He has won 9 boxing matches, 6 of them being knock-on knockouts, and lost 1. But all these wins he registered against amateur fighters, so there is much criticism concerning them in reputable boxing circles. In the boxing community, Paul has managed to be successful and earn a lot of money while skipping several obstacles met in the profession. Often, he prides himself in that he has never had to go through all the things that most boxers are accustomed to. Paul has managed to become someone who is well known without doing what people expected him to do. As a result, people ended up talking about whether it was fair for him to succeed so quickly. The world will see whether Paul's approach can sustain itself in the bout against a dominating champion such as Tyson himself. Media hype and deliberate choice of opponents, rather than his boxing prowess, have been behind Paul's fast-rising boxing career. When he confronts Tyson, it will be known if indeed his strategic processes can prevail over the tough realities of fighting against a real legend. There has been so much controversy surrounding Paul's career, especially his fights being real or else. However, we are now able to see Tyson and Paul going against each other in a boxing ring, which is the best way to resolve this argument. For now, we must stop here for the video to come to its conclusion. Do you think it was necessary for Tyson to react to the drama Jake Paul has been creating? Kindly give us your opinion by commenting down below. Also remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates on our channel. Thank you for sticking with us till the end. See you in the next video.